Extreme flooding in eastern Belgium, which killed at least 31 people, has started a debate about river systems and protections. Euronews met an expert hydrologist in one of the worst affected towns, Pepinster, who says the town's position on the confluence made it vulnerable.
On one hand, you have River Vestre, which is here, and this river is controlled to some extent by two large dams, which are farther upstream, some 20 kilometers upstream. And then you have the tributary, which is River Oin. And this tributary, it's totally uncontrolled. There's no dam at all. The flow is natural in this river.
So Benjamin, tell me what's happening right now to these river systems. What is the debris doing right here?
Those debris, they are likely to create some kinds of dams at some locations. They are likely to dam the river, for instance, in between bridge piers. And this may completely change the flow. It tends to increase locally the flow velocity that can lead to erosion, to scour, and to extra damage, which is not really incorporated in the current standard inundation mapping methods.
Perhaps you can explain to me exactly what needs to happen, what needs to change in places like Pepinster to make sure this kind of thing doesn't happen again.
When the population is going to rebuild, to repair, it would make no sense to rebuild in the same way as it was before. You need to consider flood resilience in the way you design the buildings, in the way you design the district, and this should involve some thinking with urban planners that take full consideration of such events which are very likely to happen more often in the future.
A debate is now raging in Belgium about whether the dams, like this one some 26 kilometres upriver, should be storing so much water when warnings of heavy rainfall had been given. They're kept high to provide drinking water in the summer. Experts say lowering the water level would only have had an effect on the towns immediately beneath. Climate activists warn we're going to have to get better at judging these things.
A lot of climate change is already baked into the system. We've already put significant amounts of gases into the atmosphere, so we now need to prepare. It means that we need to think about having places where water can go.
While the mourning and the cleanup continue, new long-term flood control plans are starting to be formulated. Jack Parrick, Euronews, Pepinster.